Hey guys, it's Peter Frey, and I am going to do the 25 random question tag. I just Googled random questions, and I'm going to answer them so you guys can get to know me a little more. First question is, what is your middle name? Lecomte. L-E-C-O-M-P-T-E. Yes, it's a weird middle name, but I love it. It was my grandmother's maiden name, and it's cool to have a family name. And I often, my Instagram account is Peter Lecomte, and it's been a fun name for me, and it just kind of gives me a unique thing to tell people when they're like, hey, what's your crazy middle name about? The second question is, what was your favorite subject at school? As many of you know, I've spent the last several years working on a couple of masters in specifically Christian preaching, and I recently completed my Master of Theology from the University of Edinburgh on the role of imagination in preaching. And so if I had to pick a subject area, I really love history. I think there's a ton we can learn from the past, and especially when it comes to the church and how we do things today. Next question is, what is your favorite drink? Coffee. What is your favorite song at the moment? Well, since it's Christmas time, Mary and I have been jamming out to all kinds of Christmas jams, and one of my favorites is a song by a guy named Bebo Norman, and the song is called Rebel Jesus. And it talks about kind of Jesus's journey of being labeled a rebel by society, and it's really a provocative song that's a call to what are we gonna do about the poor and the hurting and the broken in our society. And if we really come and stand up to the call to do something about it, we might get the same as the rebel Jesus. Next question is, what is your favorite food? Well, I love seafood, and my favorite would be Maryland blue crabs. What is the last thing you bought? I got gas. I guess that counts as buying something. Next question is, what is your favorite book of all time? It might seem like a cheap answer, but the Word of God, the Bible, has changed my life. I was a freshman in high school when I really started to learn how to read the Bible and to apply it to my life today, and to see the bigger picture of the grand narrative of what God is doing in this world. And so the Bible has changed my life, because I really believe that that is the way that God speaks to us today. And that's a lot of the reason I created this channel, and Mary and I want to post a video every week just reflecting on what the Bible teaches about life and this world and brokenness and suffering and hope and joy. And the Bible really speaks to these things, and it's the way that we know God. And so that would be my favorite book, is this amazing Word from God. Favorite color? Blue. Do you have any pets? Well, technically Oliver, our standard poodle, Mary's service dog, doesn't technically count as a pet. Some would label him as such, but he is a working dog, and so he is a loved animal in our family. So if you want to call that a pet, go ahead, but he's a working dog. Favorite perfume? Obviously this was written for a girl, so I'm gonna say my Old Spice deodorant. Favorite holiday? I really love Christmas. Are you married? Yes, and I'm married to the most amazing woman in the world, Mary, and we document our everyday journey with her cystic fibrosis on our channel, The Frey Life. So if you have never seen that, you can go check it out and watch our married life every day. Have you ever been out of the country? Well, it was my first time traveling out of the country last year when we started vlogging, when we went to Scotland. And so I've been to the United Kingdom, and we spent half a year in Scotland, and it was an incredible experience. It's a beautiful country, and that is actually my only time out of the country. Do you speak any other language? I would not say that I can speak any other language. I took Spanish in high school, so I can pick up on a few words and phrases and things like that. And I also, as part of my theological education, have studied both Greek and Hebrew. And I can read both of these languages. Greek I am much more proficient at. Hebrew is a beast of its own. You read from right to left, and it was a harder language for me to learn, but I am able to read and at least look things up in these languages. And the reason that I've studied these is that the Old Testament of the Bible was written in Hebrew and the New Testament was written in Greek. And to be able to go back to these original manuscripts, and we have thousands of manuscripts that scholars have discovered and gone through over the years, and sometimes reading and studying in the original languages helps bring out the meaning that is the meaning is transferred over into our English translations, and we have really good proficient English translations. But I call the difference between the original languages and modern English translations is almost a difference between watching this video in 720 HD versus 1080 HD. You're getting the same experience, the same information, but sometimes you can understand things a little more clearly. And so that's why part of theological and ministry education is studying both Greek and Hebrew. How many siblings do you have? I'm in a large family of 5. I have 5 siblings, and we have a wide range, but I am the second youngest. What is your favorite store? I'm a total techie, I'll admit it. I love computers and electronics and the latest technology, so Best Buy is kind of my candy store. What is your favorite restaurant? Mary and I love Chick-fil-A. I know it's fast food, but it's just so good. When was the last time you cried? I don't know when it was, but Mary and I have nights or moments when the uncertainties of the unknown and looking at the hard realities of CF, sometimes we'll sit together and cry. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Favorite blog? I really love a website called the Gospel Coalition, and there are several different bloggers who post on there, and there's resources about the Christian life and culture and new books and all sorts of things. So if you want a good blog to read, you can check out the Gospel Coalition, and they've got quite a few amazing resources on there. What is your favorite movie? I love the movie Cool Runnings. The Jamaican bobsled team, I watched it as a kid growing up. I taped it off a TV. I had one of those VHSs with all the commercials. I even had the commercials memorized. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, get on up, it's bobsled time! Cool Runnings! Favorite TV shows? Mary and I love watching through series on Netflix or on TV, and one of our favorites that we're watching right now is the show Blue Bloods, about New York City police officer. Well, not really about, but it's a show with New York City police officers. PC or Mac? It's a funny question because I grew up as a total PC guy. That was all I used, and several years ago I started using an Apple computer, and for me, there's really no turning back. I'm a Mac guy now. What phone do you have? I have the iPhone 6s, which, as vloggers, Mary and I have found our iPhones very helpful for those moments when we forget the camera or we need to post the video on YouTube or whatever. Our iPhones have come in handy. How tall are you? I am 5'10". And the last question is, can you cook? Yes. Can I cook well? Mary and I love making up recipes, and that's one of the things that Mary and I show on the Frey Life channel is we love to cook together, and I would not say that I am in any way a good cook, but I do enjoy cooking. Well, there you have it, 25 random questions to get to know me a little better. If you're new to this channel, we post new videos every Monday, and it's thoughts on and reflections on faith and culture, on the relevance of the Bible and Christianity for the world today. And so I invite you to come along on this journey. You can subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, share any of our videos with your friends and family, and thanks for being part of the Frey Life.